So yeah, it's pretty much what I'm planning to do. Definitely active. Definitely trying to get an O5 bracket. Uh, I'm you got some questions about boot camp. In boot camp, I'm trying to be the best that I personally can. I'm trying to make it a personal goal. Get a leadership position in boot camp, not stay like, oh yeah, I'm a hard ass. I'm better than all of you. Not none of that. It's just like I just want to I'd like to go to sleep every night in boot camp. Like I hear a bunch of Marines come back and saying, it's a good feeling to go to sleep at night at boot camp knowing that you put your all every day. Or at the end of boot camp saying, yeah, I did my best, and I didn't quit and didn't let my teammates down. That's kind of the spirit I want to have. I'm not doing to say I was number one, not saying I was honor grad, but it'd be cool. I'm not gonna lie to say we're a guide or something in boot camp. But I don't know what to besides general orders and rank. I'm solid on rank. I did Army ROTC for 4 years. I was a battalion executive officer. That shit doesn't even matter anymore. No one cares in the real world. But I'm good on rank. I know Marine Corps rank. I know a little bit of Marine Corps history. Despite that I was an Army ROTC. My dad was a Marine. My whole family on his side has been military, so I know rank. General orders, I need to brush up on, but I know them. And what else do I need to know? I've heard learn how to roll sleeves and all that stuff, but like little tips would be appreciated. I know I have a feel for what you do in boot camp. What each phase does, and I've talked to a lot of guys that's come back. I've actually been part of the. I've been talking to my recruiter now for a good 7 months, and we've been working together. At my weight, just talking. He and I have a pretty good relationship. I've talked to a lot of Marines that come back from boot camp, come back from tours in Afghanistan, and all that. If you have any advice for a young poolee, that'd be really, really appreciated. I've looked at in other services, Air Force, Army, and all that, and the Marine Corps actually. I was actually locked on to go to the Air Force back in June, and I was going to enlist in the Air Force. I didn't really have an MOS chosen or anything, but I took the ASVAB under the Air Force. But Air Force office is right next to the Marine Corps office, and one day I'm not sure why I decided to I saw a guy working out by the Marine Corps office, and I just walked in, and they pulled me aside, talked to me for like a couple, like a 30-minute conversation. I left, went home, thought about it, came back the same day, within hours. And I was like, yeah, where do I sign up, man? This is what I want to do. Not saying the Air Force doesn't have what the Marine Corps doesn't. I don't have anything against the Air Force. I still admire the Air Force. My grandfather was in the Air Force. I have a lot of friends in the Air Force, a lot in the Air Force Academy. Good luck to you, class 2014. But the Marine Corps is something I personally want to do. Something about it. I can't really explain what it is. I don't know if it's. I'm kind of curious of that. I've earned my title type thing, and I don't know if it's. I'm not one of those kids who like, oh, I'm gonna be, going up face to face with the enemy, shooting bad guys like some Call of Duty. I'm not that type of retard. I've seen a lot of them. I appreciate you guys enlisting in infantry, but I think some of you need to, rethink that there's a lot more jobs besides infantry. Well, I'm not against infantry. I'm just saying a lot of guys that I've known, poolies, have gone in and enlisted infantry. They have this mindset that infantry, then we're gonna go recon immediately, and think, well, maybe recon's maybe not what I want to do. I've met a lot of Marines that come back, only done 3 weeks in Marine Corps recon training, and decide it's not for me, and they get stuck in a regular infantry billet, and it turns out, man, I could have been a mechanic. I liked cars in high school. I could have did cars, but I don't know. Everyone's telling me, and what I've experienced personally. I'm not a Marine again. Marine Corps is not Call of Duty. I mean, you'll see some action, I'm pretty sure, but I doubt it's like that. It's a regular organization, from what I understand, and from people have told me. Again, I haven't personally experienced it, so I might be wrong. I'm just a poolee. Um, but I'm looking forward to life after boot camp. I'm trying. Uh, People say, just worry about boot camp first. Don't worry about your job. Just be proud that you get the opportunity to be a Marine. I was like, yeah, it's all cool and everything. I understand that it's a pretty tough process. Not everyone makes it through boot camp, but I'm more oriented to like that was keeping me from going to the Marine Corps right after high school. The whole reason I wanted to join the Marine Corps since I was like 13. I decided not to immediately, but 13, I was like, the Marine Corps is cool, it's hardcore and badass, but like, what the hell do you do after the Marine Corps? Like, what if not after the Marine Corps, but what do you do after boot camp? And I was stuck on that for a long time. I really didn't understand what the hell you did after boot camp, and I was kind of blindsided from a long time. The Marine Corps, from what I understand now, is just like all other branches of service. Everyone's got its regular job. There's a Marine postman, there's a Marine cook. Not everyone, every Marine's a rifleman, like they say, but not every Marine is on the front lines all the time. There's a lot of misconceptions about that, from what I understand. I used to volunteer at the VA hospital, and a lot of older Marines would tell me, yeah, infantry. That's all you're gonna do in the Marine Corps. And it turns out, like nowadays, that's not the case. If you're gonna talk, my advice for someone who's thinking about joining the Marine Corps would be definitely, talk to different generations of Marines, and you get your own personal feel for it. If this is what you want to do. So, because from my understanding, when you make the decision to join the Marine Corps, the military in general, you shouldn't go in having any doubts. You should know this is what you want to do. This now. And this is why I'm making this video. I kind of want to keep making videos. I've seen a guy like Jimmy D. Shea and Mr. Devil Dogs, I forget his last couple numbers, make videos about their Marine Corps, career, their life, and how they're going. But it starts mainly when they hit the fleet, and sometimes MOS school. But I want to touch some bases on what my personal path is also. Eventually, in the next 10 years down the road, especially for some of you who like thinking about enlisting and then going the officer route. I kind of make a video about that. Maybe I could give you some insight on how hard it is. Maybe I could hopefully I pray get the opportunity to go to OCS one day, and I can make a little video whenever that's over. How intense that was. How intense boot camp was, answer some boot camp questions. There's a lot of boot camp videos out there nowadays. So, but not really for MCT or MOS school. No one really talks about that. A lot of MOS school things I've YouTubed, there's usually, Marines goofing off in MOS school. There's not many, this is what, I'm pretty sure you can't film your daily life, but, no one sits down and talks about, this is what MOS school is like. We wake up at this time, we do this. Or like in the fleet. I'm just ranting a lot now. I didn't mean for this to be a long video, so I guess I'll end it soon. But that's pretty much what I want to do. I'm trying to lose the last few pounds, enlist, get the hell out of my parents' house as soon as possible, and start my life as a Marine. It's a great opportunity. I know the war in Afghanistan is they're trying to get more troops out. I'm not one of those kids who's like, I got to get some before the war's over. Well, at the same time, I don't know. I don't know if it's a guy thing or a young man thing, but I personally do. I'm pretty sure a lot of guys, especially those who are listening to infantry nowadays, I want to get some before the war ends. It's not a great attitude to have, and war is not fun. I'm not saying it's gonna be like a Call of Duty type thing, but at the same time, I always wanted that experience since I was a kid. It's a curiosity, I guess. Anyway, I'm doing it to serve my country. I'm doing it to serve myself, better myself as a person, and I know that's gonna happen. But my ultimate goal is to one day be an officer and try to get into 0511 Marine Air Ground Task Force planning specialist. All right, Pulley 626. I know it's a gay ass screen name. I thought of it on the fly, but and subscribe. I don't know what the hell that means. I don't know why people ask to subscribe, but that's it.